So I want to play for you an example of what I'm talking about, where the far right, or idiots like Scott Jennings on CNN, is making it appear that Donald Trump somehow is victorious here in this tariff war with Mexico and Canada. And he's lying. I want you to listen to Scott Jennings praising Donald Trump for getting 10,000 troops to the border, which the president of Mexico had promised. But there's a caveat to this. Have a listen.
To change
No,
the subject
I'm not. I'm wrapping it all together. It's all part of the same thing.
Let's go back to what Trump got for threatening a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada. What did he get?
On Mexico, he got a permanent set of troops, not temporary, just during surges. He got permanent troops. And on Canada, let me tell you what he got. Let me tell you what he got.
Just hold up. You can't just like insert your own qualifications into this. Where does it say that it's permanent?
The White House told me tonight that the commitment they have from Mexico is that they will put
Do you know how many troops Mexico had on the border last year?
It goes up and down.
15,000.
It goes up and down. It's only temporary. So now they're getting
okay, let me ask you, is 10,000 more or less
Is permanent better than temporary?
You
know what's more?
Better than temporary?
So Scott Jennings has no idea what he's talking about. Either that or he's just a blatant liar. It could be both. The president of Mexico had put 15,000 troops at the border under Joe Biden. But if you listen to Scott Jennings, he's making it sound like Trump was victorious because she agreed to put 10,000 troops at the border. You know what that's like saying? This is how stupid this conversation is. It's like saying, well, I am a local business owner and I was charging people $15 for a sandwich. I'm getting the same business now, but now I'm charging $10 for the sandwich. I mean, that's really what we're talking about here. It's so ridiculous, but yet Scott Jennings is trying to pivot and he's trying to make it sound like Donald Trump is victorious. Now listen to Scott Jennings when he gets fact-checked on the Colombia situation, because Donald Trump is also making it like he was victorious with Colombia when they gave us nothing. Have a listen to this.
Behavior modification. He's trying to modify the behavior of our neighbors, and he's already having some success with these strategies. If you look at what he did with Colombia, if you look at what the news was over
Nothing happened with Colombia either.
If you look,
they were making deportation flights.
I love this show.
No.
This is my favorite show. It's
because
called Let's All Scream.
It's called Informing Our Audience.
Hold on.
Colombia was already taking deportation flights.
Scott, I weren't going to take you love this part of this. I know that you love that part.
That's what I know. I'm right.
No, you're not right. They got nothing from Colombia. Nothing. When I say they, I mean the Trump administration. They got nothing from Colombia. Zero. Mexico already had 15,000 people at the border, and now they're saying, all right, we'll give you 10,000. And when it comes to Trudeau, the 1.2 or I believe $1.3 billion he said he was going to put towards border security was announced back in December. And he said it would take several months to implement. So Trump caused a lot of stress. He tarnished some of our relationship with some of our allies for nothing. We got nothing in return. And the MAGA morons are imbeciles, again, trying to spin it as if Donald Trump, the great negotiator, did something good. And I want to play you one more clip from CNN because this is your typical MAGA. Now, her name, she's a congresswoman. Her name is Nicole Malliotakis, right? She's on national television last night, sitting across from Scott Jennings. And they believe every single word that Donald Trump says. The $50 million condom contribution that allegedly Joe Biden made to Hamas was a debunked lie. But you have a sitting congresswoman who is repeating those lies live on CNN last night. Have a listen to this.
You have these bureaucrats sitting at these agencies. They come before Congress. We have hearings. We try to get to the bottom of where this money is going. $50 million for condoms in Gaza, for example.
Congresswoman.
No, these are real things. Rolling your eyes like as if these are not actual line items. These are actual line items.
We know that there was not $50 million spent for condoms in Gaza.
Okay.
There was $0 spent on condoms in the Middle East. That is a complete
So
falsehood and a lie.
So
that
the White
president-
House put
I'm not
that
even
out
gonna
there
blame-
as a
I'm not
as
going
a
to blame
false
you
statement.
for it. I'm going to blame.
wasn't Gaza in the
I'm going to
Middle East.
blame the
Well,
White House.
so
I'm
where
going to
did it
blame
go?
the
Where did
president,
it go?
Congresswoman. I'm going to blame the president who upped the dollar amount to $100 million. It is false.
Well, it's
Okay,
50 million as far as I
It
know.
is
But
false. There is zero. The answer is zero.
How is
There's
it-
none.
so-
So you cannot use that as an example.
But she did. This is a sitting congresswoman. There are members in office today that are still spewing the lies because Donald Trump said it was 50 million, then 100 million. It was zero. It never happened. It's a lie. And why is Donald Trump doing that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because he said he was going to end the war in the Ukraine within 24 hours. How's that working out, Mr. President? So what does he do? He comes up with this weird condom lie. A guy that probably never wore condoms in his entire life is talking about condoms in Gaza. I find that to be very interesting. He's doing it because he wants to people to get off the actual real topic, which is the war in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin won't even take his calls. He hasn't even spoke to Putin, my understanding, since he became president. All I have to do is pick up the phone and I can end this war within 24 hours. I knew it wasn't going to happen. So now they're talking about a lie about condoms in Gaza and this moron. And I'm sorry, that's what I'm going to call her. Anybody who believes anything that Donald Trump says today is a moron. And sadly, some of them are representatives who are elected officials like this woman, Nicole Malliotakis, live on CNN spreading a lie about $50 million worth of condoms or $100 million worth of condoms sent to Hamas. It's a lie. She's an imbecile. And anybody else who spreads Donald Trump's lies, you're despicable.